Malawi Today.
Enu ake a Amaryllis Hotel a Yusuf Investment akanika kuti akaonekere ku Public Accounts Committee imene ikufufuza zakugulisidwa kwa Amaryllis Hotel. Kodi zimenezi zakhala bwanji kukulandirani kwina kulikonse kumene muli pa Malawi lero. Nde potengera kuti nkhani zambiri zimene zimakambidwa Malawi zimakhala za muchingerezi, ife ndi ntchito yathu imene timabwera pano nkutambasula kuti anthu wina aliyense ayitsatire nkhani mmene yakhalira. Nde tiyeni tikambirane nkhani yonse mwachidule komanso kuti wina aliyense ayitsatire. Tiyambe ndi zifukwa zimene Yusuf Investments akanira kutulukira kumeneko kuti akaonekere. Iwo analembera kalata komiti imeneyi ya park kunena kuti iwo sangafike kuti azaonekere ndi kuzayankha mafunso ku komiti imeneyi pachifukwa chonena kuti akuti cha security. Iwo anapereka chifukwa chimenechi kuti moyo wawo utakhala pa chiopsezo kuti aonekere malo ngati amenewa, potengera kuti pali zinthu zina zimene zakhala zikuchitika mdziko muno zimene zaonesa kuti mdziko muno zilibe ndithu chitetezo. Chisanzo china mwa icho anapereka kunena kuti kubedwa kapena kuti kupangidwa kidnap kwa mwenye wa ku Shiraz Hotel Samir Sakran ndi chisanzo chimodzi mwa kuperewera kwa chitetezo mdziko muno, ndipo iwo akuopanso zinthu ngati zimenezi kuti zitha kuwachitikira. Nde zimenecho ndi chimene anapereka ngati chifukwa chachikulu kwambiri. Nde iwo amapempha kunena kuti zonsezi zokambirana zonsezi mafunso onsewa akuyenera kufunsidwa online pa makameras osati kuti iwo apite kumeneko. Koma kodi commission imene kapena kuti bungwe komiti imene ya park yanena kuti chani? Komiti imene inapereka kapena kuti yapereka chisamani kuchowasomera anthu amenewa a Yusuf Investment kuti iyayi aphwanya malamulo kuti akanika kubwera kumeneko. Kotero zambiri zimene zachitika pamenepa ndizonena kuti amenewa akuyenera kuti ayankhe milandu ndithu chifukwa chokanika kubwera. Imeneyo ndi decision ya park. Nde zambiri zimene zinataphonya titha kuonera mu video yotsatirayi kuti mukhale ndi picture yeniyeni ya zomwe zachitika, ndipo zambiri zalongosoledwa mmenemo, koma umo munangokhala chidule chabe kuti anthu tikamaonera video imeneyi muitsatire nkhani yonse mwatsatanetsatane.
Thank you very much. I'm Tulinje Muluzi, Member of Parliament for Machingali Kwenu, and I'm the chairperson for Public Accounts. Here's a statement on the appearance of Mr. Yusuf Investment Limited before the committee. Fellow Malawians, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament wishes to address the nation regarding developments that occurred during the scheduled appearance of representatives of Yusuf Investments Limited before the committee in relation to the ongoing inquiry on the acquisition of the Amaryllis Hotel by the Public Service Pension Trust Fund. As the public is aware, this inquiry concerns matters of significant national importance involving the management of public pensions, resources, and issues on governance, accountability, and public trust. From the very beginning, the committee has conducted these proceedings in a manner that is transparent, fair, and consistent with the Constitution oversight mandate entrusted to Parliament. In keeping with that commitment to fairness, the committee invited Yusuf Investments Limited to appear before it and provide its side of the story. The committee considered the appearance of the seller to be important. not because the act of selling property is itself unlawful, but because the committee considered it necessary to understand the full circumstances surrounding the transaction, including the evaluation of the purchase price, the engagement that took place with the various actors, and the movement of funds arising from the transaction. The committee noted that through a letter dated 25 April 2026, authored by Counsel Gabriel Kambale on behalf of Yusuf Investments Limited, the witness requested that the proceedings be conducted in camera on grounds relating to alleged threats to personal safety, anonymous and harassing phone calls, hostile social media commentary, recent kidnapping incidents, and concerns regarding disclosure of confidential commercial information. The letter further raised preliminary objection challenging the jurisdiction of the Public Accounts Committee over Yusuf Investments Limited as a private commercial entity, and contended that the inquiry constituted an impermissible intrusion into private commercial affairs. The committee gave consideration to this representation. However, while appreciating the seriousness of any allegations relating to personal safety, the committee was not satisfied that sufficient evidence had been presented to justify departure from the principle of open parliamentary proceedings, particularly in a manner involving substantial public funds and significant national interest. The committee further took the view that its mandate is this matter arises not from the private status of Yusuf Investments Limited, but from the constitutional obligation of Parliament to exercise oversight over the use and management of public resources. In this regard, the committee was satisfied that Section 60 of the Constitution empowers parliamentary committees to summon any person who necessary for the discharge of their function, and that the appearance of the seller was directly connected to the committee's inquiry into the management and disposition of public pension funds. Accordingly, the committee resolved that the proceedings should continue in public in the same manner in which all other witnesses had appeared before the nation. At the commencement of the proceedings, Mr. Yusuf reiterated his requested that the hearing be conducted in camera, and the committee communicated its decision that there was no justification for holding the meeting in private. The committee indicated that it was not satisfied that sufficient basis had been established to justify departing from the long-standing parliamentary principle that proceedings of this nature, particularly on matters involving public funds of such magnitude, on matters involving public funds, I have to take that again, on matters involving public funds on such magnitude ought to be conducted openly and transparently unless compelling grounds exist to justify otherwise. The committee was particularly mindful that this inquiry has, from its inception, been conducted publicly, and that numerous witnesses, including public officers, regulators, board members, investigators, and other stakeholders have appeared openly before the nation. The committee therefore guided that the proceeding continue in the normal public manner. It was at that point that Mr. Yusuf declined to continue appearing before the committee. The committee wishes to make it absolutely clear to the nation that it has no interest in humiliating, targeting, or prejudging any witness. Equally, however, the committee cannot permit a situation where witnesses selectively determine the terms under which Parliament may exercise its constitutional oversight responsibilities, especially in matters involving substantial public interest. Parliamentary committees derive their authority from the Constitution and the laws of this Republic. That authority carries with it both privileges and obligations. Witnesses appearing before parliamentary committees are expected to cooperate with lawful proceedings and to assist Parliament in establishing facts necessary for accountability and good governance. Following the refusal by Mr. Yusuf to continue with the proceedings, the committee deliberated on the matter and resolved that the conduct amounts to contempt of Parliament. Let me just take up these two paragraphs again. Following the refusal by Mr. Yusuf to continue with the proceedings, the committee deliberated on the matter and resolved that the conduct amounts to contempt of Parliament. Consequently, the committee has resolved to revoke the provisions of the National Assembly Act and will take the necessary actions accordingly. The committee further wishes to assure the public that this development will not derail or compromise the inquiry. The committee remains committed to discharging its mandate professionally, independently, and without fear or favor. This inquiry is not about personalities. It is about accountability. It is about protecting public institutions above all. It is about safeguarding the pension savings of ordinary Malawians whose future security depends on the integrity of public decisions making. The committee therefore calls upon all individuals and institutions connected to this matter to cooperate fully and participate, and other lawful authorities as this process continues. I thank you. Honorable members, that's a communication. So maybe if any member has got anything to say before we close. Yes, Karape Central.
I should think that you put your name there, Chair. I remain U.S. Atulinje Muluzi, Vice Chairperson. You put your name there. It's on behalf of the committee. Vice Chairperson, Tulinje Muluzi, and you sign. Mr. Kamwani,
thank you very much for the guidance, Karape Central. Thank you very much. No, that will be done. Planter Chilomon.
Yes, through you, Chair, I think what you have read is exactly the resolution of this committee. This committee was of the view that every person involved in the Amaryllis transaction has to appear live, unless there is proper justification to do otherwise. For example, the Financial Intelligence Authority had requested that they appear in camera, specifically because they were still doing the investigations at that point. So, yes, they were justified to do so. When Yusuf Investments Limited were asked to justify why they would want to appear in camera earlier, and the justification that they gave really did not convince your committee, Chair, and that's the reason why we thought that we could not proceed in camera as requested by Yusuf Investment. The same was properly communicated to Yusuf Investment, and therefore, as guided by your Chair, we will take the necessary steps as Parliament, but anyone appearing before this committee and this particular inquiry will have to appear live. we had circumstances where even the director of SCB before, the Attorney General before, came before this committee requesting that they should appear in camera. And we rejected because we also have a duty to protect the public, and the public must know exactly what we are doing. So much as they would want their security issues there, we also have got the people that we represent, Chair, that need to know exactly what's happening and what transpired in the meeting. So in short, just to agree with you, Chair, yes, that's what we have agreed. Yusuf has refused to, much as they have deposited the documents, but they have refused to appear in camera, and members should know and will be guided based on what Parliament will do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Blanta Chirmoni. I think we might close. I would like to thank you all. Thank you, media, and thank you, honorable members, for attending. Thank you very much.